regret nothing. Welcome to the Running with Scissors I Regret Nothing podcast.
Hello. This is the is this the 19th edition of the Running with Scissors I Regret Nothing podcast. With me again are my 3D artist, Sebastian Picard, we called him before. My 2D artist, Yaffe the Jew, fresh out of Austin. And back again after a short hiatus, Izzy. There he is. Say hi, everybody. Welcome. That's all you guys have to say?
Welcome.
So nice.
Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, you guys are too fucking kind. That's what I think. Let me pull this up.
What does the B stand for? I have an idea.
The what?
The B on your hat. What does it stand for? Because I have some ideas there.
I don't really want to get too deep into it right now because I try to keep this podcast politics free, but this is a BLM hat, so.
Oh, I thought it was B Anon, which was an answer to Q Anon.
No, this is a BLM hat. A friend of mine, we donated and got a hat, and I happen to like the hat.
Have you ever wondered about all of the other Anons? I mean, we've just kind of started at Q.
Are you going to start an E-anon?
Well, I mean, I would assume since there's a Q that we've already used all the, other letters before that. So I could probably go with D.
You keep talking about this for a sec. I meant to sit down for this podcast. I'm fucking standing. Give me a second.
Well, I don't know if Mike can hear us anymore, but he has got really bad hemorrhoids and he can't always be sitting down.
Yeah, because he bleeds.
So, I don't know if he bleeds anymore, but Jews don't bleed. I don't know if you knew that. Well, two of us do.
We don't. Actually, we do when we're born and we're circumcised by a mohel, and then they use their saliva to stop the bleeding.
Okay, so that story.
Never bleed again.
Yeah, and after that, we fucking just stop bleeding. Forever bloodless.
Speaking of bleeding, can you send me the link to the chat so I can see what all of
the YouTube?
The YouTubes?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I mean, this should have been pre-production, but we're not.
Well, no, the link changes every time. It's a live stream, so you have to go to our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/user/GoPostalRWS, and then the live feed will show up there, and then you can see the chat in there.
Here we are.
Nice.
See, there's already good stuff going on that I had missed.
I see your Canadian friend Hemingway wants to know where your new mic is, Picard. That's what he's asking in the chat.
It's in between my legs right now.
That's cool. Hemingway was supposed to do this podcast with us, but he's too busy crunching hard. Not really crunching, but just busting hard for our Tuesday update. I had to pull these two motherfuckers away from working real hard. And, I did say I'm going to preview some stuff during this podcast, and I will. Just not quite yet. So
since I'm not very good at 3D stuff, so I get to do the podcast, basically.
Oh, yeah. Really? I think I didn't name this new one properly. I think it's still, I'll change the name later. I don't really give a shit. So today is opening day for baseball. I don't know if any of you guys watch baseball or give a shit, but
no, that's a big no.
Well,
I don't.
There's been literally no sports, so during this whole time, like we've all been watching YouTube and Netflix and Amazon, but no sports other than, for a while there was like Mexican soccer, and I guess you guys aren't sports fans, so you don't give a shit. But today is opening day.
I'm a sports fan.
Oh yeah, you like the football.
I mean, I like baseball when we get down to like the playoffs, but until then, there's like what 300 games a year.
No, this whole season's going to be like fucking the stretch. It's a 60-game season, man.
Yeah, it's all
only
crammed, yeah.
60.
Yeah, they're playing 60 games with the playoffs coming right after that. So
Maybe 12 more if they can. I read, but it's not a certainty. Yeah.
we'll see how this goes. I did see a cool video from Fox Sports today. They are actually going to be inserting fans, like digital fans, using Unreal Engine into the crowd, which is pretty cool because if you have or have not watched any of the preseason, it is fucking boring. I realize the fans don't make the game, but the presence of the fans does make the game. So these empty stadiums have been something to behold.
Yeah, there was wrestling too a couple weeks back.
Oh, please don't talk to me.
That was so weird.
Yeah,
I'm for anything that inserts fans though, or inserts things into fans.
Like canned laughter.
Yeah.
All right.
Eric's more just into fucking fans, I think.
I'll be watching the chat now.
Yeah, right. So anyway, tonight Yanks play the Nats. I'm a Yankee fan, so let's go team. In other sporting news, the NHL has announced the name of the team for Seattle, and it's the Kraken, which is the only name I approved of that were of the potential options, and I think it's an awesome sports team name.
I agree too. Yeah, Golden Knights, Kraken, pretty good.
Right. Well, one of the other options was the Sockeyes, which I understand as a double entendre because it's hockey and they fight, but like, no, I don't want to be a fucking salmon, right? Like, I know I'm wearing this salmon-colored shirt right now, but that's a stupid fucking hockey team name. Kraken is badass.
They could have been the Seattle Scarves.
I thought the Rain City Bitch Pigeons was the best team name, actually, but it clearly wasn't going to happen. So we got the Kraken. And then in the final little bit of sports we'll talk about, Washington has announced that their football team is going to be called the Washington Football Team until they decide on a real team name.
Can they do fucking anything right in that district?
Right. Like, if you're gonna name, like, say, hey, we're gonna stop using this team name, which I'm totally good with, like, it's fine, but this has been a topic for like 15 years. How do they not have alternatives ready? I don't know. It's gonna end up being something political. It's gonna end up being like the Washington Trumps or something like that.
You know what they should do is they should piss off New England and be the Washington Patriots.
They should be the Washington Redcoats.
Would
be a good name for the team.
The Washington Benedict Arnolds.
The Washington Aaron Burrs.
Yeah.
The Washington washing machines.
I do like the Washington washing machines. I also like the Washington Washingtons.
Oh, that's
that would be the most patriotic name.
Because of Jorge Washington.
Yeah, old Jorge. He was definitely one of our top men. The Washington George Washington, somebody said in the chat. Yeah.
Dude, that's it. The WGW, just like boom, whatever G is, boom.
I do like those names. Okay, we can stop talking about sports now. I'm guessing most of our listeners don't give an ounce of a fuck about sports, and we're done. So we've been working on Tuesday for a while here now. I know we keep saying it's coming soon, but it is actually coming soon.
Very soon.
As it has been for a while. Yeah, see, Eric doesn't give a shit. I did say I would preview some stuff, so I'll do that as we go along here. Let me show you guys one little screen from Tuesday. Ready?
Ooh, a screen.
This is showing the postal dude meandering on into the ghost town, to the Wild West town in ye old Edenson. Nothing more to say about it other than take a look, play with yourself, and we can move on to bigger and better things.
That reminds me of old Tucson.
That's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, correct. Ye old Tucson is what
which I have never been to except for Halloween.
I have, but it's been a long time. I was a small child.
As a Canadian, can I ask you why you don't pronounce the C when you talk about Tucson?
Well, the city was originally called Tucson before it was Tucson. It was in southern Arizona, which before it was part of the United States was part of Mexico, and
Okay.
but I don't know, man. the
I was
English
also wondering.
the English language has some fucking garbage.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's actually it's a Native American language, and it
Okay.
means at the bottom of a black hill, which there's a hill here. It's called A Mountain. Figure that one out. That
Sentinel
is,
Peak.
You know, all lava. and so
Sentinel
it's black.
Peak.
So,
It's called
yes,
Sentinel Peak.
correct.
A Mountain is just our patriotic way of paying homage to our university here
Okay.
with a giant A
And the
for
letter A.
university. Right.
Maybe that was the original non.
Well, we've got a Canadian in here, so he's like, A Mountain?
Hey. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
He
Okay,
does.
that's my bad. I needed to. Yeah.
Oh man, nobody gives a fuck about Tucson. And also,
Wow.
we are going to have soon for pre-order on our website. We're going to have boxed collectors copies of Postal 4. People have been asking for it. They want their physical editions, even though nobody has a fucking disk drive in their computer anymore. But
I don't.
you know, people buy this shit for their shelves.
Exactly.
And we've got some pretty cool art for it. It's a janky coming early edition of
Yeah,
Postal
and he
4.
did some superb work on that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I actually
awesome.
I got all the stickers for it and the Steam key cards, and I shipped them to the replicator. And as it turns out, since the USPS is out of money, it's taken a really fucking long time. I shipped it on the 13th. It's got to go to Canada,
Okay.
but the shipper I use, it has to go through a processor, and it changes hands in LA. It just changed hands last night from Tucson to LA. Riddle me
what-
that. That's fucking
June
whack.
or July 13th.
June 13th. But
Oh,
my point
holy
is,
shit.
it's not even at the border yet. It's
Oh my
only
God.
just leaving LA today. That's how fucked up our postal service is right now. We don't need to talk about that. That's getting into politics too. But yeah, Postal 4 coming early editions will be up for pre-order pretty soon. Somebody asked, is the physical copy DRM? They are Steam installers, and they come with a Steam key and a GOG key. So you can install it on Steam and or GOG. GOG's DRM free. So I guess it sort of is. So the answer is sort of. So today there was an Xbox games showcase.
Yep.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I know Yaffe and Picard did, so I'll let you guys chat about it, what you're looking forward to.
Started off with Halo Infinite, which is pretty much Halo-ish. They had gameplay. What I liked is basically you have like it's like not open world, but like hubs. So that was interesting. Gunplay seems like
They
Halo-ish,
took
very nice,
the
very
grappling
tight.
hook from Titanfall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's a big plus for moving around, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty much looking forward for Halo Infinite. Yeah, pretty good.
Looks
Actually.
cool.
I never played a single Halo game. Do you know
Get
that?
out of here, really.
Even I played those.
No,
Dude,
never
come
did it.
on.
Never
Oh man,
did it.
I remember. I have fond childhood memories playing the first one with my little brother, with the big beefy Xbox. The first controller was like big like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
those
played co-op
monsters.
all the fucking time.
I
We would
remember
just-
pulling the power on a LAN party my buddy was having at his house, a Halo LAN party. You know, everybody
Really?
brought their TVs and their consoles, and then we went out back and just flipped the power off on the house twice.
Okay, because the processing power.
Yeah, it fucked everything up.
But yeah, it's a classic. We used to just mess around with the Warthog, like this Jeep thing, just throw grenades and try to flip it. Yeah, it was very.
I had
lot
to
of good times.
convince my mom to let me get Halo 3. And the way I convinced her was that you mainly shoot aliens and their
Oh.
blood isn't red.
Right. Well,
True, I remember that. Yeah, you explained
Yeah.
that you come from what was it like very
Well, my mom's got a PhD in developmental psychology, so she was
okay.
very touchy about anything that could have
related
disturbed-
violence. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
and we see how you've turned out.
I turned out great.
Does she
Turned
know
out
what you're
fine.
working on now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she knows.
And
How does she feel about that? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is a good
She's
question.
Tell us-
happy that I have a job, but she's probably not going to You know,
She's like, son, I know you're a jizz mopper, and I
Yep.
don't love it, but I'm glad you're making money.
Don't worry,
it's a
Mom. We
living.
just shoot them with pee. It's not blood.
Right. If you ever need to
Doing an
show her the
only
game,
Postal 4 run.
yeah, if you ever need to show her the game, you just do a Jesus run. Just be like,
Yeah.
no, this is such a nice game. Why is it called Postal? Oh, because the original game was violent, but we've changed our ways.
All about
It's
the
about
Postal
redemption.
Service.
Yeah, Postal Dude Redemption. That's what we're calling it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Anything else in the showcase you guys gave an ounce of a fuck about?
Outer Worlds. It's a
Warhammer
game I
Dark
really
Tide.
liked, and they announced a
Looked
cool
pretty nice.
DLC for it. Yeah. And at the
I don't
very
know
end, they
anything about
teased
that.
Fable. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fable, the new Fable game. Also never played any of those games, but I do know a little bit about them, and that seems like a big deal.
yeah, they have a good cult following, those games. Yeah. I haven't played the second and third one, and I heard that the third one wasn't very good.
No.
But first one I really enjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah, first one was really, especially for its time, was really leaps and bounds ahead of its
Yeah.
competitors.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Cool.
What else? Not anything else was really out of the ordinary. Then.
Rareware is making something
Yeah. Everwild.
interesting looking.
Yeah, Everwild. Yeah, really like the art style of that game. Mm-hmm. But
I know
it
nothing
was-
about any of these titles.
Yeah, well,
They were
was more of a
mostly
tease.
cinematic trailers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those things. People want to know why there
Yeah.
wasn't Postal 4 at the showcase. It's because we don't have the game running on Xbox yet.
But we will.
We will.
That would make sense.
Right. I mean, eventually it will be. And even though clearly you don't have to have it running on Xbox to be shown at their showcase, they're not going to show it at their showcase. Microsoft may allow our game to be sold, but they're not going to showcase us.
We're a footnote somewhere.
Yeah, well, less of a footnote and more of like a big warning on all of their bulletin boards, like keep an eye on these fucking clowns and be ready to pull their title at any minute.
And other things. Hey,
All right,
Quick
enough about the
call, Doug.
Xbox showcase. I don't give a shit. I've only been PC gaming lately. That's all I really care about right now.
that's what all the real gamers do.
So Ubisoft has been having some problems. Those are your boys up there,
Yeah.
Picard.
Lots of problems.
We're having
yeah.
our own little Me Too movement in the games industry now. It's probably a little overdue. But
the president, the CEO of Ubisoft Canada was ousted like 2 weeks ago, and Jason Schreier, he revealed that originally Assassin's Creed Odyssey wasn't supposed to have 2 leads, but only one, and one male only. No Cassandra, because apparently a female lead doesn't sell well. That was his thinking. And Odyssey is a huge hit, and I really appreciated both characters. So that's the kind of mentality that was going on over there.
It seemed like most people preferred Cassandra in the end.
I played both, and because the canon is Cassandra, but I
Yeah.
like the option of Alexios. But yeah, but it's really fucking stupid. We have games like Tomb Raider. We have games like Horizon Zero Dawn. We have Half-Life Alyx. I mean,
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge. Yeah. So yeah. Still,
Well, I mean, like, it's just a stupid thing to say because
yeah.
if you actually look at gaming statistics, like worldwide, female gamers actually make up a larger percentage of gamers. Now, that's not to say that they're a larger percentage of hardcore gamers, but on the whole,
Yeah.
they are a bigger percentage of gamers. They are casual gamers, and they play a lot of mobile games and games like Animal Crossing and cell phone games. But they are a huge market. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
So
to say
his
that a
point
female lead is gonna kill your interest is like completely stupid.
it is, yeah. So that was quite telling from the character.
Yeah, I mean they purged like 3 guys in the C-suite, I believe.
Yep.
out of Ubisoft.
And yesterday the head of marketing, I think too. So maybe it was related. I don't know. But yeah.
Running with Scissors isn't going to have these problems because we don't work in an office. So, I mean, that's not to say someone won't do something stupid, but we don't have an office full of people to treat other people like shit.
Lower chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's pretty fucked up.
Yep.
Clearly, this wasn't just a movie industry thing, and I'm surprised it took this long to filter out into the games industry. I mean, I guess there just isn't as many female employees, and they weren't as willing to speak out in the past, but now they are, and you know, good for them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good for them for coming out.
Yeah, that's when you change because it's toxic all over, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. Google blocks an anti-fascist game for containing references to Nazis.
Okay, so what's that game?
I don't know. Oh, good.
I read the article, skimmed it. It's a game from Czech developers, I think, about the Nazi occupation of what at the time was Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Or maybe
it's a game. It's told from the survivors of the Nazi oppression. The game is called Attentat 1942, Attentat. I don't know what the town's called, but yeah, I mean, aren't we playing Wolfenstein and
yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
and other games where you're
There's
just
swastikas everywhere,
murdering Nazis?
Yeah, it's nice. I'm really not down with the whitewashing of history. I mean,
it's like in the German version of Wolfenstein, didn't they have to change all the swastikas to iron crosses?
But that's German law. German law won't allow the swastika to be shown at all. Like,
yeah,
which is understandable. But I mean, I could see Google saying like, "Oh, you're making a pro-Nazi game," or from the side of the Nazis, and they want the logo removed. But you know, showing a game from the Czech survivors is pretty brutal. I don't know. I guess it's Google Play, so nothing surprises me because Google Play did ban Postal. So, and by Postal I mean literally Postal 1, and this was only like 6 years ago. So it doesn't really surprise me that they did it because they are playing censor, as it seems.
Do you think they would apply the same like mentality censorship to Stadia, which is owned by Google too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Google did come up to us at PAX and say they would like our game to be on Stadia. So I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but at some point when we get near the end of development, we'll definitely appeal.
So they banned Postal, but they still want you to be on Stadia.
Well, you got to remember, like, the people we probably talk to on the show floor are the acquiring reps that are like, fuck, we need this title. And then they go back and then they say, hey, guys, I got Postal. And then everybody's like, cool. And then one guy in the chain somewhere is like,
fuck that.
Fuck no. Fuck censor those pieces of shit. MikeJ showed his dick to my wife at some point. You know, like some garbage that'll, you know, come out of nowhere. And I mean, it won't be because of that. It'll be because, you know, they're scared of our craziness or something. When it's like, come on, guys, like we're not even the batshit developer anymore. Like everybody's doing this stuff. We do it a little different, but I don't know. This is a conversation I could have for hours. Just makes me a little annoyed. Just a little fucking annoyed. So I think we need to give Eric a little chance to talk about something that's near and dear to his heart right now. He finally decided 9 years later.
Foreskin?
He's really into foreskin.
It's up near your heart.
Well, he pulls it up to his heart.
All the way there.
I wrap it around my heart.
He uses it as a towel.
So it really does warm my heart.
Oh, good.
He is 9 seasons into The Walking Dead now.
No, and a little bit more of 10. So thank you.
So for everybody that knows, Eric has just started watching this like a couple weeks ago. I believe the rest of us have long abandoned the show.
Yeah, like 4 years ago.
I'm sure you have. Hey, look, this is what I do. When there's a really popular show on, I don't watch it while all you chums are doing so. I wait until a rainy day, and 2020 is a rainy day inside a rainy day.
Yeah,
right. I got lots of free time. So I was like, well, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna start watching this bad boy.
But you didn't start watching all the shows that I instructed you to watch to talk about on the podcast.
No, because that fits our structural narrative here a lot better. That you're just always mad that I'm not doing what
Yeah,
you'd
but
like
you
me
need to have
So-
things like Twin Peaks in your mind, so when you're writing stuff for us, you know it.
Okay, well, I'll get on that before the next episode.
Solid.
You will not.
Okay.
Did you read the postal book I gave you yet?
No. I was there, man.
What?
I was there.
You were where? You were there for all of it?
I mean,
still think
have
you
I
should
not
read
been
it.
around you that whole time? Yeah, no, I should read it. You're right.
Yeah.
I have it right here.
Oh, well, start it right now. We'll finish the
Okay.
podcast without you.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's not it. That's definitely not it. So now that we've finished talking about The Walking Dead, although we didn't really
Yeah,
get
no,
to
it was
Eric,
it was great. The people that are dead, I don't know, are they dead? We're really not sure. I
Yeah.
hate this fucking guy. Now I don't hate him. It's just all very confusing.
right?
to you,
I
Mike.
mean, I stopped when Daryl was a prisoner by Negan. That's when I stopped.
Did you, Eric? Did you notice any difference between season like 1, 2, and the rest of the whole series? Did you notice anything?
I mean,
Did you read about what was happening behind the scenes?
no, but actually,
Okay.
I told Mike, I was like, yo, something happened. There was a writer that changed somewhere.
Yeah,
It's like really obvious. And then it happened
Mhm.
again, I would say like somewhere in season 6 or 7.
Oh, I don't know about
Something
the
else
later
happened.
part, but yeah,
Yeah.
for the first 2 seasons are so powerful because it was what was his name again? Dan Arabout. What was his name again? But yeah, they had like a feud behind the scenes, and they switched writers, and then the show went to shit right after. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely turned direction. I like what's going on still. It's just, it's not about zombies anymore. Like, I
Yeah.
think that was the big turn, right? Is it was about that, and then it just became about like, restarting civilization, which I'm still down for. But,
Mhm.
If I just wanted zombies and, that kind of thing,
I
The
saw
best I
a
get is that the gore gets better.
I saw a mathematical breakdown a few years ago about how many zombies they kill a season and like how much of
Okay.
the population was supposedly alive, and the math said that after about 3 seasons all the zombies would have been killed because that's
Oh,
how
yeah.
many zombies they kill. And I
Yeah,
couldn't
like
buy
how
it.
long would
yeah,
it
but
take
the alive people
the
die
bodies to
too.
just decompose?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
But-
because it goes through the years, and it will just rot. And I know. Yeah.
It's bullshit. Okay,
Yeah. Mm.
it's fucking bullshit.
Zombies aren't real?
No,
Oh.
I mean I don't know.
But-
Maybe we will have COVID zombies.
But I like when people like go deep and into that stuff and make calculations like that. I remember seeing like someone calculated how much it cost to save Matt Damon in Private Ryan and Mars, and what was the other, like 3 movies, and he calculated the estimated cost of saving Matt Damon. So yeah, I like when people do that. It's very funny.
That's very nerdy.
Yeah, it is.
Eric doesn't want to deal with that shit. He just wants to watch it when it's over.
That exactly. No, but I like that math stuff too. I mean, I could think of some things for The Walking Dead that we could matriculate. That would get pretty interesting, right? Like the gas thing, the bullets,
Right. Like, how are they still getting gas?
right?
Same thing in Last of Us, right? Because it's like 25 years after, and they still have gas in some cars. So
It's a good question. Eventually, it would stop.
yeah,
being
I mean,
available.
gas evaporates or it's not potent enough.
How many more people have foreskin in The Walking Dead? Because
All
there's
of
not
them.
a lot of
They're
moles
going
around.
to start
Yeah.
having smegma zombies eventually because
Oh,
they're all
no.
going to have foreskin and they're not going to have any way to clean it because they don't
Nope.
have clean
Yep.
water anymore.
Nope.
I mean, it's just kind of what happens.
Magma
I
zombies.
mean, what are you gonna do?
Smegma zombies, Eric. And the only way to avoid smegma zombies is to pull your foreskin over your face, like that zombie hack that they taught you early in the show to just cover yourself in entrails, but then they never used it again ever.
Yeah. Well, it's gross.
Here's how you avoid zombies, but don't ever do it again.
No, only
Yeah,
for
you guys are all
one.
going to be sorry when the apocalypse happens and you don't have your own smegma factory.
Bro,
In fact, you're
have
gonna be
you
coming to
not
me.
heard that we're the chosen ones? We will live through the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, I forgot you guys don't bleed. Okay, well,
Yeah.
all right, so everybody
Mhm.
in this screen is going to be good. Either, nature versus nature. Doesn't matter.
Right.
We'll be fine.
That's all right. I'm gonna quickly preview a second screen from the Tuesday update for Postal 4. So here you go, guys. Screen 2. This is a little mansion. Looks like there's some mariachis out front.
Ooh,
Oh, look
Somebody
at that.
in the back.
Mhm.
Somebody in the back. Yeah, I don't know. This is
What could possibly go?
I don't know, but I just wanted some people to see this. I feel like this is a good time for those who watch it live and then those who watch it later on YouTube. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast app, you can't see these screens, so maybe you should
Okay.
head on over to the Running with Scissors YouTube and check out these preview screens I'm putting up for Tuesday. So
I like how they keep the mansion up real
Check 'em
nice,
out.
but then just outside the gates, there's grass just growing out of the asphalt.
yeah, well, that's the way it works. Nobody hired you to come clean the fucking landscaping. That's not a
Well-
Mexican joke. Eric actually owned a landscaping company not even
I
5
did,
years ago.
And I am also Mexican, so
He is Mexican,
It
but
could-
that's
it
not
could go
why
either
I made the
way.
joke.
am I allowed to make those jokes because I'm Mexican? Is that how?
Usually, yeah,
Yeah.
it's legal.
Okay,
yeah.
well then I was going to say let's just get some weed whackers for those mariachis and get this thing done.
No. Those guys are the
Okay.
blouses.
Yeah.
They're not the laborers. Besides, in Mexico,
Spoilers.
in Edenson, the whites are the laborers, okay? Mexico is the place they want to be.
It's a commentary.
Yeah, it's a commentary, Eric. Don't you fucking
I
get
see.
it?
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I missed it. I missed that season. I'm waiting for it for a rainy day.
You missed that season. You missed that season of
Yeah.
Postal 4 that you've never played
Yeah.
one time.
I played it at PAX. Thank you very fucking
Oh,
much.
that's right. You were there.
Yeah, I
Someone
was
in the
there,
chat
and
says,
while I
"I'm
wasn't going and
Hispanic."
getting beer, I would play that game a little bit.
And play with David's balls.
Whew.
We've been talking about Half-Life on every single cast here. I realize only 50% of us have actually played that shit,
Which
but
is shameful.
Hmm.
some of this new revelations that's coming out, and I mean it feels like common sense that Valve employees would want to build a full-scale Half-Life in a non-VR version of the game. Like, you hear that news and you're like, oh. And then you think about it for about 5 seconds and you're like, well, no shit. Like, most people
Yeah.
went to
It's probably
start.
why they went to work there.
Right. Most of them went there because of Half-Life. I realize that at this point that's probably a little different. Like, newer employees are like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
here for Dota, or I love Steam, or I don't know. I want to go somewhere where I can work on anything and never be accountable and just keep working, and then we throw it away over and over and over and over, because that's what Valve does. But you watched the special, didn't you?
I did. Well, I'm halfway through. It's not really a movie. It's like interacting book. It's they talk about that, and one of the animators talks about that the minute he came into the company, he started like poking through the files for all the canceled projects, and the IT team flagged him as a hacker. So that was funny. But so I would go in, I would like start to scramble through their files and see what was canceled and all. So but as we learned, they canceled like 5 or 6. I recall
Yeah, it was
correctly.
5 Half-Life titles. That's
Yeah,
fucking
so no
insane.
fucking shit. They want to do another one. So, but I think they're like hot on their success with Alex, and probably the team is reinvigorated with that. I don't know, but no fucking shit.
I mean, clearly they're going to make another VR title. Like,
of course,
they're heavily invested in that. And it's not like they don't have non-VR titles here. Like, they're pretty successful on a few different franchises. So, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Like,
No.
we were all beyond happy with episodes 1 and 2. Like,
We were.
just make the third game, make it decent, and we'll be happy. I think if the story's good and the gameplay's just normal Half-Life, which it's just going to be, there's not going to be some. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know what they've trashed, but it's pretty fucking silly.
Yeah, the hype's gone like full circle, where now everyone knows it's overhyped. So now it's gonna actually, if they come out with a game, people will give it some leniency because they know everyone's overhyped it.
Right, like the meme of Half-Life 3 confirmed, when it actually is confirmed that it's out, it's just gonna be like, oh, cool, Like, it's not like Valve has released crap, right?
No.
Like, even their weaker stuff is good. Like, they've had some failed products, but it's been like hardware.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, we can talk about it all day, but
yeah, but I think they're mostly relieved by the success they had with Alex. So I guess they're like maybe more confident to tackle a new Half-Life game. I don't know. Maybe it was
well, did you see that Gabe N has been fucking hiding out in New Zealand?
Yeah,
he looks like Gandalf. He's becoming Gandalf
he's
the White.
he's like a
wish I
wizard,
could go to New
Santa
Zealand.
Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Gabe N, if you didn't know, has been.
He lost some weight too.
He looks
good.
He looks smaller these days, and he's just been hiding out down in New Zealand, where they they actually let him in. They were like, oh, this is the man that's.
Does he have like
us.
his Hobbit house with all of his
Definitely.
computers inside? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and he has to hike around the hills. That's how he lost the weight.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
His
don't know if you
office
saw
is
those movies, but there's a
on the
lot
top.
of walking.
Yeah,
A lot of
man.
walking.
I bet he has like his stick, like Gandalf. He goes around and
Yeah,
says hello to everyone.
Gabe N is definitely in league with Gandalf these days. He's been such a mysterious soul. So I started playing Watch Dogs 2 because they were giving it away for free on
Did you finish
Uplay last week. I didn't finish it yet. I kind of got lost last week playing side missions, and I wasn't even realizing that. Like, when you pull up the DedSec app or whatever, and they say like side mission or main mission under things, I wasn't paying attention, and I just kept picking side missions. And I think I played like 4 or 5 hours of just side missions, and I was having a good time. And then I'd quit the game, and I'm like, I'm still only fucking 20% done. And then I realized the other day that I just haven't been playing main missions, and I think I'm going to go back to doing that. But this is one of those games that Eric should really pick up, because he was a huge fan of Mr. Robot, and while it's not tonally the same, like it's not dark,
It's
very
not at all.
no, but it is very Mr. Robot-esque. Like, it's a well done hacking game with really cool. It's just a really cool premise, and it's very well done. Plus, it's a beautifully.
I'll start it right now.
There he is with his Watch Dogs 2 book.
I like the aesthetic of that game, like all the DedSec, like graffitis and the logos, the design. I like it a lot.
I was very impressed with the recreation of San Francisco.
Yeah,
it's obviously shrunk. There's definitely places missing that I was trying to find, but all the major landmarks are there. They even have the Full House houses.
Yeah.
Took a nice selfie in front of the Full House houses. They call it the Painted Ladies.
Yeah, I spent way too much time like shopping clothes and taking selfies and not playing the actual game, because I like to do that stuff. But yeah.
What the hell is making noise in here? My phone.
I don't know, but I can hear it.
My phone just started playing NHL news randomly. I guess.
It's the Watch Dogs.
Your phone doesn't know that we stopped
They
talking about
hacked you.
sports.
It's dead.
Wrench just hacked into my phone and hit play. That's what I think just happened. Yeah, Eric, play Watch Dogs. I know you're finally getting a PS4 controller in the mail. If you didn't already get it, yet.
It'll be here. It'll be here soon.
I had to turn off the like multiplayer function because
you didn't like it.
I liked it.
I'd be walking around the city and occasionally everything would just explode, and then there'd just be a guy teabagging around, and I'm like, okay.
I found
all these side missions to be so much better when there was a second person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, usually what ends up happening is one of us will just lure everybody out of wherever they are. and then the other one just waltzes in and finishes whatever the side mission is because everybody followed the other person out. But it's weird because, like, I guess you could probably connect a microphone and headset, but you can't really talk to each other when you're using an Xbox controller on PC. So it's like you're just standing there like, hey, let's go on this little raid together.
Awkward.
Yeah, but you're kind of connected to them for a while. And the one part I think Eric would like there, I just got to it, is the the Burning Man style rave scene, which was pretty cool. Yeah. It was like this night Burning Man festival that you go to.
What did they call it again in the game? It's not Burning Man. It's
I can't.
Has a nice twist, but yeah.
But it was that was a tough hack right there.
Is the music good during this little raid?
Yeah. It's good shit.
They got the rights to some good stuff for the game.
Yeah, Danny Brown. Yeah, I like Danny Brown a lot.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Like that.
You can finally play something that you might like, Eric, other than Madden.
Hey, I like sports games. You know what? Blow me, whatever it takes. It's just what I like.
Right.
But I'll try these other.
Right.
I want to try out the Red Dead game too. That.
Yeah.
That's on my list.
I'll tell you that's a good one to try. It's good.
It is. Yeah.
It's a long one, and you got to press the buttons a lot to move around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to get my controller hands. It's no good.
That game you got to tap. I
haven't ridden a bike in a while. You know what I mean?
That's a good one though. That might be a good game to start on.
I shed some tears.
What?
In Red Dead. I shed some tears in Red Dead.
Yeah, it's got a really good story. Some sadness.
Yeah.
I like
game.
that.
Sebastian just started playing Death Stranding.
I did, yeah. I'm
the
like
PC
7
version.
hours in. Yeah, PC version, yeah.
You're only 7 hours?
7-ish, yeah.
So you haven't finished the main
fight.
area? You haven't like gotten past...
I just got off the boat.
Okay, once you get off the boat, that's when the game starts getting really good. Like, once you move...
It's really slow, yeah.
Yeah, once you get past and you get to like Central Knot, I think is the city, that's when shit starts to get crazy. Like you start to get vehicles and...
Okay. I only had like a bike, like an electric bike.
Yeah,
so far.
it gets better and better. But you know, one of the cool things is as you move forward with different vehicles and different like structures for your legs to hold more weight, like it starts to get fun figuring out how to arrange your packages properly so you can move around. And there's a couple of key things you need to remember to do when you play that game. But like at first, it is 10 hours of like grueling walking. And then you get this bike that you can barely hold anything on.
The first map, the wind farm, which is like upper left. Oh my fucking god, it's a pain in the ass going there because it's all mountain.
Yeah,
really steep.
Well, there's much worse mountain stuff later in the game.
Okay.
There's like the brutal mountain stuff with snow all over the mountains.
The map itself, I think, is the main antagonist of the game. It's not. It's the map.
And eventually you start getting a lot of good weapons like the hematic grenades and stuff.
I have those because I beat the first boss, which is like a sort of whale, like a Kojima.
Yeah.
We'll call
you
it
need to remember
whale.
like let the Death Stranding take you each time.
Okay.
And move around because then the Death Stranding turn into whatever those.
Oh yeah.
And then once you kill that thing, then they're kind of gone from the area, so you don't have to like keep avoiding them and holding your breath and shit. So
exactly, yeah. But I mean, it's very heavy in the lore stuff.
But it makes no fucking sense.
Oh, that's of course not. I mean, it's Kojima's fever dream. I mean,
Kojima's fucking drug-addled musings.
Yeah,
Eric, did you ever play Metal Gear?
Yes, I did.
All of them?
Probably not.
No.
Okay.
God.
So if you remember Metal Gear, like nothing makes sense ever. Like it just is batshit crazy. He's way wackier now. So
yeah, exactly. It's because Metal Gear is like based on some reality, but Death Stranding is 100% not based on anything.
But you know you will love it because Norman Reedus is the main character, Daryl from Walking Dead.
Yeah,
and is Norman Fetus.
Yeah, Norman Reedus and Norman
Fetus. I feel like
Fetus.
I'm about to tour like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory when I get my controller in.
You are.
There's just going to be it's a world of pure imagination.
I like the saying that being an adult means having the money to buy all the games you want, but not enough time to play any of them.
That's exactly my Steam library.
Yeah, you have all these games, and then you're like, oh, cool, I spent 1 hour playing this one and 1 hour playing this one.
Yeah, I bought like 6 during this summer Steam sale that ended like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't touched one yet. So.
Yep, I did that. Well, I touched them all. Like I got SpongeBob Rehydrated.
Oh yeah, that's good, right? I heard it's good.
It is good. Yeah, it's.
Martin really liked it.
It kind of, it's a good like platformer, but I also am not the same kid that I used to be. Like I can't play those like simple platformers for too long. Like they get a little dull after a couple hours, so you just have to turn it off. But it is really well done. The only thing that drives me fucking nuts is that Mr. Krabs' voice is not Clancy Brown. Everybody else's voice is correct, but Clancy Brown's not in it, and he's been in everything except that game, and it's because they use the same voices from the original game, and I guess he just wasn't available for that game. So
okay,
but he's like one of my favorite actors and voice actors for
it's
games.
not because he died, he's still alive. It's not
Clancy Brown. Yeah, actually, in Detroit, I'm playing Detroit Become Human right now.
I haven't played that one yet.
Yeah, he plays like that one cop, and it's his like character model too. Like it's based.
Really? Oh, that's nice. I like when they take their own faces.
Not as good as Norman Reedus in Death Stranding.
It's pretty good.
Everything about the character is Daryl.
Exactly. Yeah.
He is Daryl.
Yeah,
in
the way
Death
he
Stranding.
speaks. Yeah, the way he's like
grunts. He grunts all the time.
He grunts. Yeah, exactly. And he's like, I don't care about your country.
Right. And all of his like facial motions when you're like in the safe house and like anything you do, it's just Daryl, 100%. He does a little bit more joking than Daryl would, but
in the mirror, like when he's like
right, or when he's like tapping on the little BB jar, like hello BB.
Yeah, and then you have to kill Merle.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a brutal scene, by the way. That was a good scene. I remember in The Walking Dead. His face when he sees his brother, he's like, ooh.
Oh boy, oh, this is awkward, you know.
Yeah, hey brother.
First I had sex with your mom, and now I'm running into you again.
God damn it. So anyway, Eric, since you like The Walking Dead and you're probably in love with Daryl, you should play Death Stranding because then you get to play Daryl for hours.
His Norman Fetus.
Are his eye bags? Did that make it into the game?
It is.
Yeah,
Daryl,
in
bro.
Yeah, there are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look up videos. Look up videos from Death Stranding. It's fucking.
If you try to look at his downstairs, he punches you.
Yeah. And you have this fucking fetus in a jar attached to your stomach, and it's like how you detect the dead. These things in the air around you.
That is pretty all over the place.
And you have to like, if it starts crying, you have to remove it and like rock it so it stops crying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like I got to take care of shit, and I don't like that. But I'll tell you what. So when I get back into the gaming here, and because I obsess over whatever it is I'm doing, I'm going to do it a lot, right?
Yeah. It's
going to be interesting because it's been so fucking long since I've done this like seriously. There's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna be like, oh, they do this now in video games.
Right.
It's and I'll make a list that I'll bring to this show
of things,
and we'll discuss how old I am and what's changed in that time that I could have probably had an 18-year-old.
Well, it's okay. I'm only getting back into gaming now too, so we're kind of like in the same boat.
Right.
And it's like, it's a slippery slope though. And I think there's a reason why I kind of stopped playing so much games, and it's coming out now because I'm like, oh, I'm home. Time to fucking boot it up.
Yeah, no, that's why I stopped playing also, because that's, all I do. That's everybody watching this. That's what they do.
Right. That's why we have dinner on our fucking tables. So it makes sense. Except Eric, he's in the financial industry.
Yeah. I have dinner on my table no matter what happens. Thanks, everybody.
Right. So we can move on from games a little bit. I know that Game of Thrones is a hotly debated topic these days. It's hard to talk about it without somebody from around you shitting on it. I know I'm not one of the people that thinks season 8 was the worst thing ever. Do I think
wasn't the best though? Wasn't the best?
No, you're right. It wasn't. Well, everything after season 6 wasn't the best, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like, whatever. Yeah, it was super fast. I have a problem with the pacing, but and I've talked about this ad nauseum. But if you watch the documentary and you realize the fucking amount of work they were doing for each episode, like it had to end. It had to end. Like it had to be done with. Do I think D&D fucked up? I do, but I also don't mind the story as it is. I don't. That's it is what it is, and we're all waiting for these books that are never going to fucking come out, and that's cool. But I didn't think it was that bad. The show that they were going to make, The Longest Night, was canceled.
Yeah, with Naomi Watts.
Yeah, they had only filmed a pilot, and supposedly the pilot was so horrible that they canned the whole show. But
I would kill to watch that. I want to know.
Well, I want to see the original.
How bad it was.
I want to see the original pilot for Game of Thrones. The original pilot that they shot, they almost trashed all of it. Like, there's a couple scenes in the pilot that are still there, and you can tell because of the color of their hair. It was the Lannisters had like way blonder hair, and the scenes just look a little different. But supposedly the original pilot was not very good. So I'd love to see nobody's actually seen this full original pilot for Game of Thrones.
But yeah, a canceled pilot, I would kill to watch that.
That would be cool.
How bad it, exactly.
But
because the premise was good anyway.
Well, you're right, and the show that they're actually doing, which they've already signed a whole first season. They don't even have a pilot, but they've got a whole first season signed, is the House of the Dragon, which is going to be live action versions of the history book that George R.R. Martin has wasted our time with while not writing the rest of the books. I'm actually about 3/4 done with the Fire and Blood first book, and it's super interesting and it's super cool that this exists, but like, as a show, I'm totally for it. Like, give us a show that gives us all this fucking history about the Targaryen family. Yeah. But for books, like, just finish the fucking main series and let other people write history books. Give them your notes and say, write history books. Like, that's totally...
Right. Well, that's what happened with season 8, right? And to a degree, the one before it. They were good stories. It all worked. Everything was there except for his touch on it. Right? Like, there is
no source material.
Those little like things that he says, the way he makes people talk, the things he brings up, they don't really have to do anything with the story, but it just made the characters quite
frankly, they ran out of source material. They ran out of source material after season 4. I mean,
right. Yeah. But nonetheless, I think where things were headed even before that. Or even after that, rather, like, that was kind of easy to guess. But each season that you got away from when he wrote something, you're further and further away from what was actually going on and being in his mind. I think the only person that's been able to pull something like that off is Filoni with the Star Wars stuff, right? Like, he figured out George Lucas's like shtick, and he's able to recreate it.
Yes.
But Martin, I don't know if you can do that.
Right. Even the people that like J.J. Abrams and these guys, like, they made what I consider fun to watch things, but they're really not tapping into what Lucas did with Star Wars. Like, Filoni making Clone Wars and Rebels and Mandalorian, like, that he clearly like is in the mind of what Lucas had intended.
Which is why HBO should just hire him for anything that they do with Game of Thrones now. Just send him to hang out, maybe he can go to
I don't think he's available, man. He's supposedly making a bunch of shit for Disney now, so...
Yeah.
Hey, everybody has a price, all right? You know what I mean?
Right, but I'd venture to guess that there are bigger Game of Thrones fans that have that ability versus D&D, because I don't think were even huge fans of the series before they were given it. They were kind of like... I don't know. It's a long story, but they clearly were onto more important things later in the show. They really did blow through things. So
let me ask you this, Mike, since you've started reading the books that are now going to be this new TV series.
Yeah.
Is there anything that ties into, I know it's the history of it, but that might be able to make season 8 better?
No.
Right.
Well, because the first season is probably only going to be based on like maybe 1 or 2 family stories from Fire and Blood. And the first there's only one Fire and Blood book right now, and it takes place, I don't know, is it 200 years prior to
Is it 400?
It might be 400. It's
400.
it's Aegon's conquest and then
Yep.
a few different kings, but it doesn't even get close to the Mad King. So it's like way before anything that happens. I mean, in these stories, dragons are not starting to die off. Like it's good shit, but it's I don't know. It'll be cool to watch, but I just don't know what to expect really. So I'm excited for it, and they've started casting it. We don't know anybody who's playing anyone in it, but I think it'll be a cool
like that.
project.
I like that. That's another thing with series that go on forever, even The Walking Dead. These are actors and actresses that, they're working for it because nobody knows them.
Right.
But then, it's like, Korn shows up in their first album in a Datsun, and then their second album in Maseratis, and it just doesn't have that same feel.
No.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings, they have the same approach. I think they're pretty much casting less known actors right now. I don't know if they're done casting for their series, but
having a bigger actor in there is fine as long as they're like ancillary roles, and like I like how Game of Thrones did it. Like every once in a while you'd see a relatively well-known actor. I mean, other than Sean Bean, obviously, but they would just be like one-offs. They'd be in one episode, and it'd be like, oh, cool. I mean, I'm not sure I loved
like Ed Sheeran.
I was about to say I'm not sure I loved Ed Sheeran being in an episode.
Oh, we're gonna make him sing a song too because he's a singer.
Right.
Yeah,
it was a little too in your face, but I don't mind that whole thing. Now, outside of Game of Thrones, you guys all have watched Mr. Robot. We talked about this before. Did you see it, Yaff?
No.
Okay, well, you should.
You should.
Fucking amazing television.
If you need it, I've got a copy.
He's got it on book. The guy that made Mr. Robot, his name's Sam Esmail. He's married to Emmy Rossum from Shameless. He's got a show. I guess it's a couple of years old now, but it's on Amazon Prime. It's called Homecoming. It is fucking amazing. This guy really makes some gripping television. It stars Julia Roberts, and then like people from other things. There's a couple actors from Shameless, and it's got what's his name from Mr. Robot, the mustache guy. God damn it! What is his name?
The mustache guy?
Yeah. He's in a
damn.
lot of things. Bobby Cannavale, that's his name. The actor. He was in Boardwalk Empire. He was in Vinyl. So he's one of the main stars on the show, and it's just amazing. But more recently, Esmail's all of a sudden given a reboot of Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
Reboot's the wrong word. They're saying it's not actually a reboot. It's actually connected to the 2004 series of Battlestar Galactica, which is awesome.
Like a soft reboot, I think.
Right. Yeah. And I think he's only the executive producer. He's not going to be directing episodes.
Oh, he's not directing. Oh, okay.
I mean, if I had to guess, he will direct some episodes, but
probably like the first and last of the season, usually
and then he's got a movie coming out, which is based on a book that's not even out yet.
That's
so
interesting.
We're doing that now, and that's going to have Julia Roberts and Denzel Washington in it. So it's straight to Netflix. So feel what you will about things that go straight to Netflix. They tend to
Julia Roberts
be very mediocre.
And Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were alive.
Yeah, I mean they were in the Pelican Brief together, so they've worked together before. It's just been 27 years, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I don't know anything about that story or that movie or that it was even happening, but Denzel Washington is going to have a serious look on his face 90% of the time.
I'm actually kind of over Denzel. I'm more into his son as an actor these days.
Well, it's 2020. Whatever you.
Yeah, he's the one that stars in Tenet, which is a movie we're never gonna get to fucking see.
No, never.
Because Christopher Nolan is now indefinitely suspended its release in the United States.
I mean,
not in Canada. You'll get to see it. They're gonna release it worldwide. They're just not gonna release it here.
But even me, I'm not gonna go to a movie theater right now. So.
Fuck no.
No, man. No. Absolutely not. So.
No.
Yeah.
I muted my mic. If I could be assured, like maybe I'll go and buy the whole theater to myself. I'll spend some ungodly amount of money to see. I'll fly to Canada. I'll buy out a theater.
You can. I
okay, fine.
You, but you
I will have a coyote smuggle me into Canada.
Okay, that works.
Well, not a coyote. It's a goose. You smuggle a little geese.
A Canada goose.
Yeah, like you hide not at the front of the V, right? And you can't hide at the back of it, but in the middle.
Well, if you got a problem with Canada gooses, then you got a problem with me, and I suggest you let that marinate, Eric.
But yeah, Tenet. That looks very cool. But
Tenet, Dune, all these fucking things we're not going to be able to see this year.
James Bond as well. It was supposed to go out in April, remember?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I watched that new movie on Netflix the other day, The Old Guard. Did you guys watch that yet?
I haven't seen it yet. But
it's with Charlize Theron, and they play some like immortal.
They're an elite group of fighters sent to protect the world.
Basically.
Since the world started. Rome, that was them. Vietnam, they're the ones that solved it.
No, when you watch this, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, this definitely needed to go direct to Netflix.
Oh, it's not that good?
No, it's fine. But I feel like if I had paid to see that at the theater, I would want my $15 back.
15. I mean, it's like 25 when I go there with
I have
popcorn.
I have the AMC A-list here, so I pay $20 a month.
So you're talking about Emilio Estevez caliber movies.
I don't know. I enjoy some Emilio Estevez caliber movies more.
What Emilio Estevez movie did you enjoy?
Mighty Ducks. Are you fucking kidding me?
Fuck me.
The best. That's not okay. Look, first of all, Emilio Estevez in that movie.
Loaded Weapon. Is that what it was called? Loaded Weapon. It just
wasn't him.
Was he in Loaded Weapon?
Loaded Weapon.
Was he in Breakfast Club?
Men at Work.
Yeah, Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, dude. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I will give Breakfast Club a little bit of but after that.
I mean,
we can refer
he became a clown.
Movies.
Do you know that they're making a streaming
Estevez
series?
Was still here, he would be straight to Netflix. He would just live at Netflix.
Yeah, like Adam Sandler has. Oh shit!
Right.
I did watch that new Adam Sandler movie, or the new Happy Madison one, the Wrong Missy.
Oh.
I thought it was fucking hilarious, man.
I thought that was great.
It was so dumb.
Here's the thing.
But it was so funny.
I was anxious the whole time, but as soon as he started hanging out with that chick and she pulled that weird move, I was like, I definitely want this girl really bad.
It's funny. David Spade is hard to look at. David Spade's hard to look at nowadays, but he's still funny, and that shit was funny.
Why is he look?
He's pulled tight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just aged poorly.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay, I have to Google that.
Yeah.
Last year I was on a flight out of LAX, and he was on my Southwest flight, and he sat right next to me. And I was like, holy shit, is that David Spade? And I was like, no, there's no way. But then I looked at his bag and it said SNL on it. And I was like, well, I'll be goddamn. And the point of the story is that he looks just like he does in that movie in real life.
He looks nice and rubbery.
Yeah, he kind of sticks to the floor as he walks.
Yeah, I haven't liked any of the other new Happy Madison movies on Netflix. Like, I can't even get through them. But that one I got through. It was pretty fucking funny. It does not have good reviews. Like, its Rotten Tomatoes score is garbage, but it was funny.
What's your favorite Adam Sandler? Like in his golden age?
Happy Gilmore by far.
Yeah. Billy Madison was good too.
Yeah, Billy Madison's good, but I think Happy Gilmore aged better.
Yeah, it's his best. Yeah,
it aged better than Billy Madison. Although, what I do love about Billy Madison is that the guy that plays his nemesis on that, he ended up being a very accomplished actor.
True, yeah. What was the name again?
Bradley
Cooper?
No, Whitford. Bradley Whitford. You know, he was on West Wing. You know, he was on every episode of West Wing. He's a great actor. He was actually in the fucking Meg. Did you see the Meg? Oh, what a piece of shit.
No, I haven't seen it.
I was very close to turning that movie off. Holy fuck. And
it's
I don't turn.
Bar.
What?
Somebody was asking me in the chat. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, the Meg. I don't mind a good Statham movie, and I don't mind a good shark movie. But Jesus. Oh, people are talking about Uncut Gems. Have you guys watched Uncut Gems yet?
No, I haven't.
Fuck, that is just like a heart attack in a movie.
Right.
Exactly.
So the guys that made it are the Safdie brothers. Their first movie, not first, but their other movie is called Good Time, and that's with Robert Pattinson, and then Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. I mean,
Uncut
both
Gems-
movies
Oh.
are fucking nuts. Like, if you have anxiety, those movies
Yeah.
will set your anxiety off.
I was told that the soundtrack is quite something as well.
All their movies are like that. It's like,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's kind of like Stranger Things, like 80s synth music.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like
makes it
very
way
jarring, very
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Good Time
Uncut
is
Gems is like when you're late for like a really important meeting and you're trying to get there and you're hitting a red light over and over.
Oh.
That's what Uncut Gems is like. Just the whole goddamn thing. It's like my son is gonna be born, or if I'm not there, he's gonna die, and I have to get past this red
Yeah.
light, and then it's another fucking red light.
both of those movies, Eric, you really should watch Good Time. It's on Netflix too. It's their first movie. They both, like, you get through this whole movie that you've been super anxious with, and then it ends, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, okay, it ends abruptly. Like there's no.
There's closure, but it's not good or bad. It's just closure,
okay.
right? Like, you're just like,
yeah.
oh, the movie's over. Cool.
Okay.
Fuck.
Here's the credits. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's they have some crazy shit. There's actually a short, I think it's on YouTube. It's a Safdie Brothers short with Adam Sandler. It's super weird. I think it's about a mime, but I watched that,
Alright.
so I don't know. These guys are fucking batshit. So
Oh yeah, mimes.
I need to show this last Tuesday screen for everybody to see before we fucking sign off here. So here's one more scene from Tuesday. Postal 4 update coming soon. This looks like a town square in Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, there's like
Ooh.
there's a nice
Oh
little,
yeah, that's where they throw people down the stairs and their heads and stuff.
no
there in the background. They
the
just-
Mayan temple.
Right
just
off
ripped.
their heads. Go right
No,
off.
it's their hearts. They rip people's hearts.
Yeah, what is
Get your shit
Kalima?
together.
Kalima.
Oh, so they're girls.
Kalima.
Daliva.
I don't have any more topics to talk about. If you guys had anything else, we can go. Otherwise, I think it's
Nah,
time
man,
to
I
sign
gotta
off.
pee.
Yeah, I think the team needs to
I
get
gotta
back
pee
to
too.
work.
Yeah.
You gotta work. Gotta make it.
All
I
right.
gotta
Well,
do some 3D stuff.
yeah. Thanks for showing up, guys. Thanks for watching this 19th episode of the I Regret Nothing podcast, or listening on your favorite podcast services. Till next time.
Yep.
See you guys later.
Ciao.